Hi. So the other day I did a video about this beautiful bowl and it sold right away. And so I'm going to be packing it up today. It's a holiday, but I'm going to be doing a lot of packing orders today. So I wanted to take a moment while I still got to enjoy this beautiful, lovely piece to show you what else I've got in this, because I mentioned in the video that there were sister patterns that were not the same exact pattern, but were all meant to go together by the same artist. And so I wanted to show you some of those because they're extraordinary. And I wanted to do that while I was thinking about it before I packed up that beautiful piece, because I'm gonna miss it. First, so that was a U71, right? That's discontinued, no longer made. You can buy the shape, but you can't buy the pattern. This one is 16B, also done by the same artist. Now I've got two dinner plates in the same exact pattern, both painted by the artist who designed it. And because of how this pattern is done, you can see very different in how they laid it out. Every single piece, I mean, it's not dramatic to say that every single piece is a one of a kind. They don't make them like this anymore. They just don't make them like this anymore. I don't know of any other pattern quite like this, where everyone can be this different and still be the same pattern. There's now this sort of symmetry that goes along with it. Even really expensive ones, but they still all really look similar. And so when you go on the website, each one of these, because they're older and like this, I've photographed them, so if you purchase them, you know exactly what you're getting, because they're all different. They can't be recreated. They just can't. Even if you could order this pattern again, I don't think you'd see them like this. And this was back before they changed paint, so the blues are a little bit different. It's a little bit more, it's got a little bit more gray blues in there, and I'll show you what I mean here in just a minute. One of the other things that we have is I have two lamps. Now, there are still two shapes. No, they brought out a new one. So there's three shapes of lamps now that are available for purchase. These are not. These are very old school and they are no more. So this is pattern 71, and both of these are hand signed by the artist. Just a note about hand signatures, by the way. I see websites do this all the time. They talk about, it's signed by the artist, it's signed by the artist. And if you're talking about Artistichna, and it's not a limited edition, it is not signed by the artist, unless you have these older vintage pieces, and some of them are. You can see here, this is an example of a signed piece. You can see how she signed it. Whereas this is an example of what it looks like today. Now this is an old piece, but they started doing this. It's stamped. It's still got her name on it. It's telling you who designed it, but she's not signed it, right? It's stamped. And so, and there's nothing wrong with that. It only means something if it means something to you. I like it because I know that she touched this, that she did this, but it really doesn't mean anything, especially in the lamp. You know, you're not gonna see it anyway, but they are hand signed. So this is 71. You just see all the shades and brushwork on it. And you're gonna have to, they don't come wired, so you gotta do them yourself. And I do have wooden bases that I will include if it fits, because these were cut exactly for these lamps. Some of them need rehab or condition work, so I make no guarantees on the condition of the bases, but I can include it if you want it. And I've only got one of each of these left, and then that's it. And this is the other one. So this one is 16B. It's the same as the plates I just showed you. And this one I adore because there's a sort of blurring effect. Sorry about the reflection. It's too cold to open the doors. This one's got a bit of a blurring effect, which makes me feel like there's movement going on or a little bit of wind happening, and so I really like that. A little bit of stamping along the edges. Beautiful. The other thing I've got that's discontinued is they did frames. Don't do frames anymore. So they do frames. They did an oval, 4 shapes. They did an oval, a circle, a square, and a small circle. And it's beveled in the back, so you can add a mirror or glass. I actually have I have a ton of projects I want to do, but one of the projects I want to do is learn stained glass. And I want to make stained glass specifically for the frames that I kept myself and put stained glass in them. I think it would be amazing. If I ever do that, I will photograph that and I will video it and show you the results. I feel like that's a 2027 project, to be quite honest. I'm not gonna lie. Oh wait, let me show you up close, because this one is on the website. So this is a hand signed piece. Isn't she a beauty? Okay. The other one that I have actually has a mirror in it. Now the mirror has a little bit of scratching, nothing that's really obvious that I think would detract from it at all, but it does have a little bit. So I don't sell it based again on the condition of the glass that some retailer put in there. You can remove it, it's just in there with silicone. But again, these, by the way, are both the same pattern, so they're a match set. Well, matched as you can be. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you was the only sister pattern that's left currently in production is U70. U70, and I've got a couple of pieces in it. One of these little bowls. So U70, you can see, oh, got some residue. Anyway, all along the edges, it's all hand done, right? And so whenever you go on the website, I only have 3 of these left. I used to have, I think, a dozen, but now they're down to 3. Each one that you see, I've photographed the exact bowl you're getting. So this is U70 back in the day. I don't know the exact year, but it's been at least 20 years. So U70 is still in production. This is U70 today. You can see the difference right now in the color. The intensity of the color of the now, this is after the paint change. And it's still beautiful. It's still a lot of brushwork, but it's different. It's different. Do it without that. So you can see it's different, right? This piece is painted by somebody else. It's not painted by the artist who designed it, which isn't uncommon. That's how that happens now. And so it's interpreted differently. Little mugs. Look at the little mugs. Hold on. Cups. Again, comparison here. You can see the color on this one. To me, it has more sort of gray tones, and it's less intense. This one's much more intense. Two different, but you can still get it. Now, the reason I laugh whenever this is a U3, so a U3 is the lowest priced unicat available. U8s are the most expensive unicat, most expensive pottery level period aside from limited editions. This is now a U8. So it went from U3, which is hilarious, to U8. And I don't carry I don't buy U8s anymore. I only buy them if somebody custom orders, which we do all the time, because you've got to know what you're getting. U8s are an investment for sure. For example, those cookie sheets would be $800 in that pattern as a U8. And they recently, well, 2 years ago, restructured a lot of the patterns, the pricing of them. There used to be a lot more U8s. There used to be a bunch of U7s. I'm almost positive there's no more U7s. I have to go back and look in the catalog this morning to be sure, but I'm pretty sure there's no more U7s. Most of those went to U6. A few went to U5. And the U8s were reduced down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think there's more than 6, 5 or 6. I will find out for sure and maybe let you know in a later video. But I just wanted you to enjoy these pieces and see them. I've got to pack this up and send it along on its way today, but they deserve to be appreciated because it sounds cheesy to say, but this pattern and these that I showed you literally are one-of-a-kind pieces. Dramatic maybe, but it's the absolute truth. And you don't see that in patterns anymore today. Patterns are beautiful and they're intricate and they're colorful, but they're meant to be duplicated quickly. And so even if you get a U8 pattern, chances are your one U8 plate will look like the other U8 plate if you buy a set of 4. Whereas if you bought a set of 4 of these, each one is different. However many flowers they wanted to put on there, maybe even the look of the flowers are different. So they were all different. And I think that should be celebrated. Anyway, thank you.